Midway through your lawsuit, the defense makes a settlement offer, and you turn around and say to your attorney, what do you think? Your attorney says, do not take this settlement offer. It is not a good value. And you turn around and say, go ahead and accept the offer. Can you do that? Can you do that? What should your attorney do in that instance? Would you like to know the answer? Come join me as I share with you the answer to that question while I'm waiting for my wife. I am Gerry Oginski, a New York medical malpractice and personal injury attorney. Now, you brought a medical malpractice lawsuit claiming that various doctors and hospital staff were careless and caused you significant harm and injury. You were under the impression that the defense would never, ever settle your case. You were told by your attorney that the response to your lawsuit was that the defense would never agree to settle your case and they would see you at trial, and you would have to go to trial and take a verdict in order to try and obtain money as a form of compensation for all the harms and losses and damages that you incurred. However, a year into your lawsuit, they have just made a settlement offer in the amount of $100,000. And you turn around and say, that is awesome. Tell them I'll accept it. And your attorney says, wait, hold on a second, slugger. $100,000. Your case is worth $500,000, $600,000. Do not accept that $100,000 settlement offer. And you're thinking to yourself, wait a second, I've got at least another 1 or 2 years before we reach the end of this litigation, and there are no guarantees. And you turn around and say, why should I wait that long if there are no guarantees? And now they are guaranteeing me this amount of money. And your attorney says, wait a second, that amount of money is not all yours if you do in fact take it. And you're like, what do you mean? And your attorney begins to explain to you, listen, if they offer you $100,000 and you accept that amount, out of that amount, my fee, the attorney's fee, has to get paid. And before my fee gets paid, there are expenses that we have on your case. We have spent a great deal of money so far in your case, and that has to be repaid first before we calculate the attorney's fee. The attorney's fee is a percentage of what we are able to recover for you. So now, after the expenses have been taken off and repaid to your attorney's law firm, now the attorney's fee is calculated, and then you are left with a remaining amount. But you have to know this. If you are a recipient of Medicare or Medicaid, now you will have something called a lien, which means that they will have to be repaid a portion of the money that they claim they are owed for the money that they paid for your medical care. In that instance, now, your attorney will have to negotiate with them, get a reduced amount, and if you were in the hospital or had significant medical care, you are going to have a very large amount of money that you are going to have to negotiate. And your attorney will have to show them that based upon the small amount of money you are now receiving, there's no possible way that you can repay even a significant portion of what they are claiming that you owe. Hi, baby. Hi. Hello, puppy. Who's a good boy? Oh, look at this little boy. Hi. Yes, you're a good puppy. You're a good boy. Oh, look, he's got a friend. Oh, this is so much fun shooting video with 2 little puppies here. They have collars on too. So after your attorney has been able to negotiate with the defense, and now an agreement has been made, after Medicare or Medicaid has been repaid, now you've dealt with repaying your attorney's expenses, your attorney's fee, and the amount that has to be repaid to Medicare or to Medicaid. Now you will receive whatever is left over. That's the ultimate take-home number that you have to evaluate to see whether or not you are comfortable with after turning around and knowing that the defense just made this offer of $100,000. And ultimately, if that number is not a number that you are comfortable with, then the answer most certainly should be, no, I am not accepting that particular offer. And now you will have to discuss with your lawyer the various options that you have and alternatives in order to go ahead and maximize the value of your particular injuries. So why do I share this quick information? Well, really, I wanted to show you the 2 dogs that are down here. No, really, I wanted to open your eyes and to help you understand how these types of cases work in the state of New York. You know, I realize you're watching this because you likely have questions or concerns about your own matter. Well, if your matter did happen in New York and you are thinking about bringing a lawsuit but haven't done so yet and still have questions that need to be answered, what I invite you to do is pick up the phone and call me. You know, I answer questions like yours every single day, and I'd love to chat with you. You can reach me at 516-487-8207 or by email at Gerry, Gerry, oginski-law.com. That's it for today's video. I'm Gerry Oginski. Have a fantastic day.